Hello, beautiful soul. I wanted to come on today and talk about energy and how we can be experiencing other people's energy and even their pain inside our own body. Now, if you have had Kundalini awakening, and even if you've just been activated and perhaps not even aware that you've had either of those things, you can be experiencing what's known as empathy to the actual reality of it. See, it's quite often that a lot of people call sympathy empathy when they can sympathize and seemingly feel bad for someone, right? But true empathy is actually feeling another as if it is you. So you're actually experiencing what's going on in them inside your body. Now, a few things to be mindful of as you're traveling through this space. As you clear more and more your vessel, so as you do more shadow work, as you do more healing, you may start to become what's known as energetically sensitive. Now, this is often what's happening, very common within our children at the moment. They're being born in this state because the energy here and the distortions in the people and the field and everything is so overwhelming quite often, along with the energy that we're holding as parents as well, and the environment, the energy the environment's holding. Because before we knew anything about this, we didn't know how to regulate our environment. We didn't know how to cleanse ourselves. We didn't know how to clear our distortions, right? So all of this stuff is going on. All of this stuff is happening. And then there's not enough education about what is actually occurring. And it's because it all has to do with energy. Now, if we're speaking about the reason why this happens, right? So we've heard of there's no separation, we're all one. Now, this is how this comes into play, because ultimately, in the purest form, we are a fluid energy. We are fluid dancing in between each other, right? If we're in each other's fields, we're dancing in between each other. And when we're not of the same vibration or of our core vibration, when we have density, it's, as you can imagine, it's a bit like bumper cars, right? So they're sort of crashing into each other. And if one person is a clearer vessel, you can imagine the density coming into their field is going to feel quite uncomfortable. And this is what we experience when we go around people or around places that are of a different vibration than what we're in. Now, when we step it up a notch and we do a lot of our inner work, we can also be feeling other people's pain in their body as our own. Now, this is really, really paramount knowledge to understand, because we can be working to shift, heal, transmute, change, medicate, all of the things for something that isn't actually ours. Now, this is very, very common, again, with children, because we try to medicate them for our energy. And so we kind of need to become aware and spread the word and understand and integrate the realization that energy is able to be transmuted and it's also able to be absorbed, but we can clear it, right? And when we are getting given this divine knowledge of somebody's pain, it is in fact the oneness, and it is there to breed compassion, right? However, if we aren't at a place in our life where we have the ability to have our cup overflowing in order to give what's needed to the person or be in compassion for the person, then we may need to retract away. This can also happen if somebody who is constantly putting themselves in pain, who isn't doing the required action in order to deal with the distortions in their field, we may need to make the choice to move away from them. Now, when we do, it is very important that we then clear our field. Now, this is what these Kundalini transmissions do. They work to alter the vibration in order to shift the energy out. And this is what Divine Mother Kundalini does. But as she does it and as she purifies you, you are going to become more and more energetically sensitive to the distortions of others and the distortions around you in different places and even collectively. So this is why a practice, these transmissions, this is why it is paramount to have a practice so that we can come back to center, come back to the truth, come back to that which we really are and know what's ours and what's not. Quite often we are in situations that we may feel like we can't get away from the person or the place that's creating this distortion. There is only so much you can do while you are in that field of energy. And it's called survive. And this may come through in many, many ways. In fact, a lot of people who are energetically sensitive have addictions. And this is why. Because it is so often painful and difficult to feel what it feels like to be in these situations, these places, or around these people, that we try to numb ourselves in order to survive it. Now, ultimately, the goal is to be clear of not just these distortions, but of the people carrying these distortions and the places that these distortions are in. We need to hold this as an ultimate goal. Obviously, if it is a partner or somebody, a family member, somebody that you don't want to be rid of, they are going to have to choose, not you, they are going to have to choose to begin to start working on their own distortions. This is the only way that you will be able to be around them without being affected by them. And this is where it really, really comes down to choosing you. Because we need to choose us 100% of the time when it comes to our own safety. And this is what it is. It is safety. Because the reason why it feels uncomfortable is because it's not truth. It's distortion. And, we can be there only for somebody else as much as we've been able to be there for us. So if you want to be there for people, if you want to be of service, if you want to be able to assist others, you have to put yourself in an environment and a place where you come first to the point of not being in any of these distortions anymore and allowing yourself to stay a clear vessel or be able to clear and fill your cup often enough that you can be there for others. I would love to hear how you're traveling through this and offer any assistance that I can. If you would like to help support this channel, please like and subscribe. Thank you.